In fairy tales and movies, the story usually ends with happily ever after. And in real life, as we all know too well, that is rarely the case. But every now and then, reality blesses us with such a story. John Olander put Eaglecrest basketball on the map. With 7 grade 8 appearances, 5 Final Fours, and now 2 state championships, the Raptor basketball program is firmly entrenched as one of the state's best. But to the Eaglecrest players, John Olander is more than just a coach. And at the start of this season, when he informed his team that this would be his 16th and final year, emotions ran high.
Really, it kind of hurt because he's been a great guy through all these years for me and for everybody else. And when he said it was his final year, I just felt like we had to get this one for him. I didn't want to send him out without a championship.
We were all sad. I mean, we all want him to stay, but we know he has other priorities. But from that point on, we just knew we had to win a state championship. I mean, for ourselves and for him. So that was the biggest thing for us.
He's been here for so many years, made our program what it is, and him just leaving was a shock because at the beginning of the season, we didn't think he was going to leave. We thought he had like a couple more years with us, and just to find out he was done was just a sad moment for us.
So when I told him, it was difficult. I had a really hard time keeping it together. Had some players come up, give me hugs, tell me, no, can't you just do it one more year? And I told him there's always one more year. There's always one more great player coming through. But it made me enjoy the year. I knew that this was it. I knew there wasn't anything. As soon as the season was over, I didn't have to do spring league. I didn't have to do open gyms. I didn't have to worry about it. So I was able to enjoy, I think, the season more because of that.
So Eaglecrest set out with one collective mindset to open the year. Win one for Coach O. It wasn't a pipe dream. Eaglecrest had the pieces in place. After the Raptors had made a run to the state championship game the previous season, Coach Olander and his staff welcomed back 7 players from that squad, including an all-state guard in Colbey Ross.
You know, I try to tell people all the time, you know, there's a lot more kids that have a higher scoring average than he does in the state of Colorado, but there's not a more driven player, competitive player, but really likes to see his teammates do well. He challenges them. He makes them compete every single day. He expects as much out of them as I do, but he's the first one that'll pass them the ball when they're open. He'll be the first one to defend the best player if we need him to. He'll play against a bigger guy, down low in our zones and in our defenses. He's just willing to do anything, and he's the hardest worker.
I try not to put pressure on myself and on my teammates to think it's all on me. I mean, because they've helped me just as much as I've helped them, so that's the biggest thing. We all have each other's back, so.
And we know that he didn't have to score 20-plus points a game for us to be successful because our kids were used to shooting shots with him on their team because he encouraged them to shoot shots. He encouraged them to be great, and that's what made our team so special.
The Raptors put together a regular season worthy of the #1 overall seed. And after advancing to the state championship game, only George Washington stood between Eaglecrest and an ending that only happens in the movies. And after falling down by as many as 9 points, Eaglecrest dug deep and rallied in the second half.
The first half, we weren't playing our brand of basketball. I mean, they're a great team, and then if you let them get transition points and then get to the basket, they're going to hurt you. So that was the biggest thing for us in the first half. We knew we had to come out and take it to them. And the second half, that's what we did. We were getting the shots we wanted, getting transition points like we always do, and then in the end it showed that we won.
When Vic's defense was the real reason. When we was down, he was playing good defense. Then Colbey on the offensive end and just sharing the ball as a team, it was that put us back in the game. And just knowing that the game was not over, so don't give up on every play, just keep playing.
So we went into halftime, and Coach O had a little sit down with us, gave us a little speech, and we came out in the second half, and we just turned it on, really, and we just started playing Raptor basketball like we know how to play.
And when the final horn sounded on Saturday night, the fairy tale ending was complete. The Raptors were crowned state champions for the second time in 4 years.
The feeling was great. I mean, just knowing afterwards, I put my hands up to the crowd, just knowing that we finally did it, and then it was just great for me and my brothers and my coach. knowing that for the seniors, knowing it's our last game, and for Coach O, it was really big.
It was really amazing because we went a couple of years without winning state, and going from last year not winning state, then coming back the next year, bounce back and winning it was just absolutely amazing for the program and what the expectations are every single year.
I feel like we have accomplished a lot for this program, made it better. Coach O has made it better. As him just being a coach, everybody wanted to play for Coach O. But for us winning state and going to Final Fours and Elite Eights and all that, it just says a lot about how good our basketball program is. So, I mean, I think we have the best basketball program in the state of Colorado. I mean, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, I think we do. And I just want to thank Coach O.
And with that win, Coach O completed the epic storybook ending, saved for only the fortunate few.
I really didn't even know what to think. I was just thinking to myself, it just doesn't happen this way. You know, we work so hard. The stress level, I think, was a little bit higher because knowing, hey, we've made it this far. We lost in the state championship game the year before. You know, when I saw the seconds ticking down and I knew we were going to win it, I could just, you know, think of my family, you know, give my wife a hug, my dad, and, you know, Colbey Ross, you know, who's felt a lot of pressure over his career, having the accolades that he's had, and then just all the other seniors that have put the time in. I just thought of everybody, the coaches that I had mentioned before, Mike Taylor, who gave me my start, you know, who's no longer here to enjoy it with me. But it was just an amazing feeling.